दोनों में से क्या है?
Start.
Hello everyone. So let's wait for a couple of minutes. So let's start program in 2 or 3 minutes. So, hello everyone. Happy International Women's Day to all of you. Thank you everyone for joining today's Women Empowerment panel. Welcome to all panelists as we celebrate this International Women's Day week. So, friends, I'm Sri Lakshmi and currently living in Bristol, United Kingdom. And I have been in the spiritual path from the past 12 years. And so I strongly believe that my life experiences are my best teachers. With meditation and with my inner work, I have overcome all my self-limiting beliefs, healed my health problems, relationship problems. Now I'm living the life that I have wished for. And my main area of focus is to help, empower, inspire, and educate children and women. Now I'm doing the same, and I'm doing my part by sharing, spreading, teaching this knowledge and wisdom to one and all. So it is with great privilege I introduce to all of you today's panelists. And first joining with us, Pranahita from UK. So Pranahita is the founder of Divine Feminine Sangha. Through this platform, she's helping a lot of women to heal their female health problems. She's an international meditation coach and a certified life coach. She's a gifted clairvoyant and a light channeler who channels light language. And she's empowering individuals to get practical results through their healing modalities. And so very happy to have you, Prana. Welcome you. And next we have with us Geeta Morla. Geeta Morla is a counselor for Milton Keynes, and she's also member and vice chair of Equalities Council UK. She's a passionate activist for women's rights. She's the founder of the Women's Empowerment Network, helping people campaigning for better conditions, equal pay, and increasing entrepreneurial abilities of women. She's especially passionate about issues such as safety and council services. Welcome, madam. Wonderful to have you in this panel. And next joining with us, Ladan. So Ladan is an international respected teacher of metaphysics, counselor, life coach, metaphysical minister, healer, and speaker. And Ladan is offering the self-paced courses in transcendence, transpersonal, and metaphysics. She's a spiritual teacher for over 20 years, teaching metaphysics and a variety of healing modalities across globe. So welcome, Ladan. Very happy to have you here. And next we have Parinita Patri. Parinita Patri, she is the founder of Swag Movement and she is the co-founder of Swadhyaya Yoga. And she has taken up this great mission to bring awareness in people about plant-based food, importance of saving water, spreading the message of non-violence and compassion to all the living beings. And she's bringing together all aspiring environmentalists, vegetarian promoters to create a peaceful, harmonious world. So welcome, Pari. Very happy to have you in this panel. And next we have Jo. So Jo Buddharaju. Jo is our South Gloucestershire District Councillor and Patchway Town Councillor too. She serves as a cabinet assistant for WECA on skills portfolio. Jo is a double master's degree holder from UK universities. And she's an aerospace professional, currently working as a full-time management consultant. And most important additional responsibility is she's a new mother with a little baby girl for 4 months old. Jo has been always representative to serve our community, and she's supporting a lot, and we are so lucky to have you as our South Gloucestershire councillor, Jo, and welcome you to this panel. Thank you so much for joining. And next we have with us Madhu. Madhu is an international meditation coach, awakened artist, mandala expert, and her mission in life is to inspire as many people as she can do and to make them realize that there is a peace, joy, love, and light in everyone. And through her sessions, she has inspired many people in Egypt, Germany, USA, and many more to become meditators. Always. So it's always a pleasure to have you. And next we have with us Ashley Ramschlag, and she's a vice president of digital services. She's a trained domestic violence advocate supporting victims and survivors who reach out to domesticshelters.org. For Ashley, the best part of working with this organization is the opportunity to solve problems. So to solve problems that otherwise might not be solved for domestic violence survivors. Welcome, Ashley. And friends, we request everyone to please be on mute so that we can continue this program. And yes, friends, it's super exciting to have this amazing panelists. Now let's start. Now let's start off our session with Pranahita. So Pranahita, so it is a great blessing to be born as women for all of us. But many women undergo a lot of rejection from their childhood, from society, rejecting their bodies by comparing themselves with others, not accepting their femininity, and many women carry many fears. So, how will accepting the divine feminine side can heal female health problems? Over to you, Prana. So, Pranahita, are you there?
Oh, looks like I'm talking on mute. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Thank you so much, Lakshmi, and wonderful question. So, first of all, deepest gratitude to our Guruji, Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji, for teaching me meditation and giving me the wisdom about life. And as you said, yes, it's a great blessing to be born as a woman. So, wishing you all a very happy Women's Day. And a lot of women reject themselves, so and rejected by their families, cultures, and the society. So most of the time we reject our bodies, we don't really accept. A lot of women, they go through these things. So, and also a lot of women, they have this fear of being born as a woman and going out, and so many fears to be in this body of a woman. But the divine feminine qualities within you have nothing to do with whatever our culture defines us, or however the society defines us, because the society is defining who you should be and you should not be, and how you have to behave. So all these things, there are so many rules for a woman. So we have to just break all those boundaries and start accepting ourselves. The divine feminine is there within all of us, irrespective of the gender, but we have to start accepting that divine feminine inside us. So I've been experimenting on this divine feminine from the past almost close to an year. So as you mentioned, there are so many health problems that are coming into women's body, like fibroids or infertility issues or PCOD, overbleeding, and all these period related issues, and premenstrual syndrome. So all these things mainly because they're rejecting their feminine side. So as I mentioned, we have been doing it as an experiment, accepting the divine feminine, and there is a lot of difference in all these women who have been experimenting along with me. They have miraculously got rid of all the fibroids and all these so many issues that I'm talking about, all the PCODs or infertility issues, and so many other things that are coming into the body because of rejecting the feminine side. Because as the new age spirituality and the science clearly defines, more than 98% of the issues are psychosomatic. So when we are not accepting ourselves, when we are not able to balance our emotions, they come into our physical body. So the main thing is we have to accept ourselves. We have to release all those old belief systems that how a woman should be and should not be. So let go of all those cultural conditioning and tap into the beauty, because women is about beauty, the grace, and especially we have to accept our uniqueness, because every woman is unique. One size doesn't fit all. In the same way, every woman is unique in her own way, and we should always accept that. That is very, very important. Once we start understanding the feminine inside you, because you are unique, when you understand your unique feminine side, then automatically everything will be healed. So yeah, that's all, Sri Lakshmi. Thank you.
So that's wonderful, Prana. Yes, what you said is very true. We have to accept our feminine side. The same happened with me. So just by accepting myself, I have healed my irregular periods and many health problems. Thank you so much. And yes, now next we have with us Counselor Geeta. So Geeta Morla. So we are so proud that you are the first Telugu counselor in UK. And please speak about the importance of women in politics, as we need more female leaders in politics who work with heart-centered approach, because women always operates from her heart and they are more collaborative. So what is your message for younger generation who are interested to serve this nation?
Hi, everybody. Happy International Women's Day. Very proud of all the accomplishments I hear. Beautiful panel today. Lovely to meet all of you all. It's a pleasure. As far as I am concerned, I have come to this country in 2007, got elected as a counselor in 2014. That is the first time in the history of United Kingdom a Telugu person got elected. That is how I did not know about it. People called me and said that you are the first one. That is when I came to know about it. The thing I would say is, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Because personally, I am a graduate in biological sciences. Have done my BEd in English and biological sciences. After so many years now, I have started a post-graduation. I'm doing it from King's College, post-graduation in physical health, because I wanted to understand, like Prana said, even my life has changed, because I was weighing about 22, I was size 22, have come down to size 12 now. So it is all mind, body, and soul healing. And I have done that, and I know what exactly Sri Lakshmi, when she called me, I said, I am a part of the change that anybody can see. If you see my photos in Facebook about a couple of years ago, you won't recognize me at all. Anyway, besides that, my political journey, I would like women to be in policy making levels. If we are not there at policy making levels, we cannot bring about the change. Even today, in spite of so much of advancement, so much of modernization, still women are only about 15 to 20% in politics. And that makes a huge difference. Because when you are there, you will say, no, this will not work for women. It can be changed to this. If you are not there at that level, decisions are being taken, rules and regulations and policies are being made without your involvement. And we cannot blame anybody for that. It is us. We need to get involved. The more we get involved, the more changes we can bring into the life of women and children welfare. For me, that is a passion. I love feminism. I am a feminist. That doesn't mean to say that I don't appreciate men. They are equal, and without them, we cannot perform. I can tell you that from my heart, because today I'm standing here and talking to you all, the support of my family, my husband, my kids, who have pushed me way beyond. When I was in school, I wanted to tell you this very, very clearly. Whenever my teacher used to ask me a question, I knew the answer. I was a very good student. But what I used to do is I used to tell that answer to my friend who used to sit next to me. And she used to answer. And the lady who used to teach, my dad was a teacher. He retired as a headmaster. So he knew my teacher very well. So my teacher used to ask me, why did you, I know that you know the answer. Why did you tell somebody beside you instead of you answering? I was scared. I was scared of getting up in the classroom, answering a question, or even to express myself. If somebody hurt me, I did not have the courage to say no. I really felt bad about it. I used to sit in the house and cry about it. If I can do it, any woman can do it. And that is when Edith Bald, who is my mentor, I quote her in every where I go. She was the one who pushed me. I was working with the Conservative Party since 2010. In 2014, she came to me and said, Geeta, you are standing for elections this year. I said, no way, Edie, I can do it. Because if somebody comes to me and tells something, very harsh voice, I'll start crying. That is, and I cannot be political. I'm very straightforward. I say what I feel. I cannot be political. I cannot do this. So she said, no, Geeta, you can do it. Just try. So I went and asked everybody. So they said, it'll take quite some time for you to learn the game. It'll be 3 years by the time you get elected. So go ahead. I went and stood in the elections. I won. So I did not know what to do. Then Edie used to write my speeches in the starting. She used to ask me to speak when I have spoken to in the council. She taught me the whole thing. And then today I'm able to give you a speech without even writing one single bit in my book. That is because of the confidence that has given me. And politics is not like India. Many Indian women or women from Asian background taken aback because they compare the politics here to the politics in India, but this is nothing like it. If you have done something, if you achieve something, it will be your achievement. Nobody will suppress that or will try to take it away from you, and they encourage you very well. It will be, if I give some idea, that idea will be like Geeta's idea. It won't be anybody else's, or nobody will try to take that over from you here. That I have seen. All my colleagues in the council and now in the parish council, I really owe everything to them, because every single bit they have encouraged me for me to reach to this level. And for the younger generation, please, kids, you need to come into the politics and you need to make a difference, because only you all can make a difference for the future and for the women and children of the future. And please take up the roles wherever possible, any small role, right from the, you need not be a counselor, but you can take up positions where you can go and make a difference, attend council meetings, attend parliamentary meetings, and give your opinions. That makes a huge difference. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sri Lakshmi.
Yes, wow, beautifully said, Geeta ji. So your life journey is so inspiring. So you're inspirational to all the women. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. And yes, friends. And next we have with us Parinita Patri. So Pari, we know that you have given many workshops on women empowerment, helped in translation of many women books, and you did a lot of women empowerment sessions. So what are the responsibilities that every mother should have, Pari?
First of all, namaste and welcome to all these beautiful ladies who are on the screen right now. Very, very, very happy International Women's Day to all of you beautiful women. You are looking so lovely, so beautiful. You are super achievers. You are the role models for all the girls out there. And I really appreciate and show a lot of gratitude to you for being who you are and for what you are doing in your own way, uplifting women and helping all the women to know themselves, to know their strengths, and giving them the power to stand on their own feet and help them become the individuals that they are supposed to be. So thank you so much. I'm proud of each and every one of you. The work that you're doing is amazing and mind-blowing. Thank you so much. And yes, regarding the responsibilities of mother is such a beautiful term. It's such a beautiful term. And I have to say that each and every girl is a mother. Each and every female is a mother, whether they have children or not. Motherhood is not a biological process. It is a psychological process. Every girl has a mother in her heart. And there are so many responsibilities that, mother should do for their children. Many responsibilities are there. And I'll just quote a few with your permission. One of the responsibilities of mothers is that if at all possible, they must not, they must teach their children as early as possible about the law of cause and effect, my dear friends. Law of cause and effect is that what you sow, that you reap. And many mothers forget this small point that, you know what, my child, if you do this, you have to face that. Are you ready for this? So in that way, mothers need to teach their children about the law of cause and effect. And mothers need to discipline their children with love. Lots of love, lots of love. We need to be a good friend to our children. And in every discipline, love should blossom. And then they have to deeply love their children. Love them so deeply that they connect with you. The bond is there. The bond is there. And another responsibility is to be physically, firstly. If you're planning to have a child, you need to be ready for all these, in all these facets. Every mother needs to be enlightened before they become a mother. A mother needs to be enlightened so that that mother can give the child education in all the factors involved. Physical education, mental education, emotional education, and heart education. These are the 4 aspects which a mother should really enlighten and educate the child in all these factors. Especially heart. A woman is nothing but heart, my dear friends. And each and every woman needs to purify their hearts and blossom their hearts so that they become as inclusive as possible. It's not just my children. Each and every child is my child. Every woman needs to be so inclusive that they embrace each and every child as their own child. And as Madam Geeta ji said, each and every woman has to take on a responsibility once their children grow up. Go out, take charge. Don't just sit at home and see the TV or whatever. Don't waste time. Go out there, serve people. Become active in a political way, social way, religious way, service related way. Do something, but just go out there and be yourself. Just do what you love to do. And then we need to teach our children about the great ones, about the great founders of religions, and about great heroes of spirit and beauty. We teach our children, oh my God, if you don't eat this, that guy will come and take you. Don't teach your children fear. Teach your children about daring and courage. Teach your children about the great heroes, how they fought, how they overcame their challenges, their life difficulties. Teach your children about tolerance. Patience and tolerance are the key to a successful life. And cultivate gratitude. The most important thing, and this is my favorite subject, gratitude, my dear friends. Gratitude is the road to happiness, and that is what will give you loads of satisfaction. And we need to be grateful for each and everything that we already have in our life. We need to appreciate whatever we have in our life. The food on our plate, the shelter that we have, the whatever money that we have in our bank accounts, the job, our friends, our family, all our loved ones. We really need to appreciate what we already have. Because when we appreciate what we already have, it will grow 10 times. So that is also one thing which we need to teach our children, and also to eat slowly and gracefully. This is a very small thing, but to eat very slowly and gracefully is also one of the factors that a mother should teach. And also to economize money, time, clothing, energy, speech, thoughts, and emotions. These are all some things which the women need to teach the children about economy. Everything should be used in an economical, wise, and appropriate way. And the mothers should teach children about planting trees, gardening, taking care of Mother Earth, which is a very important and vital aspect. So these are one of the responsibilities that I wanted to talk about. And there are many, many more, but I just, amalgamated them into one crisp thing. So these are the few things. I'm not a biological mother myself, but I feel that everyone is my child. I feel that responsibility, and I feel that I need to love all my children. Thank you so much, Sri Lakshmi, for giving me this opportunity.
Wow. Hats off to you, Pari. Thank you so much for sharing this enlightening wisdom about motherhood and responsibilities of the mother. And thanks a lot, Pari, once again. And yes, friends, so next we have Ladhan. So, Ladhan, as a spiritual life coach or 20 years of experience, we would like to know how important it is for women to love herself, because most of the women keeps giving to her family, to everyone, and giving less time for herself. So share about this self love, self empowerment, how she can empower herself.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, and greetings to everyone, and happy Women's Day, or as Sadhguru says, happy Feminine Day. So what I first of all like to bring to all of our attention is that every soul carries a percentage of feminine energy and a percentage of masculine energy. And although we might be in a female body in this lifetime, every single one of us have lived in a male body also, as have the males in this current lifetime have lived as a female. So in order for us to live in full balance, we must have equal amount, equal percentage of feminine energy and masculine energy. Otherwise, there will be an imbalance. And for thousands of years, our world has been male dominated, but for very, very good reasons. What has been happening? The male domination took us back to the very core of our being, allowing us to recognize who we are. And now that the divine feminine has once again risen, has once again awakened, whether we are a male or a female, we're now able to go within and recognize that we matter. And as rightly you said, Sri, females are very giving. We are very receptive to energy, but we also, what we do is that we expand that energy. So we're very much heart-centered because our biological status is dominated by our right side of the brain, which is the creative side. The creative side of our brain brings in compassion, caring nature, that nurturing side of us that we just want to care for everyone and everything. But we must also remember that many male also carry that, and the rising of the feminine energy, the divine, that goddess energy has also been awakened in many men. So that nurturing, that compassion, that caring aspect, it's also become awakened in them. And many of the qualities that I loved listening to all of you so far, and in particular, Perry explained that as mothers, we care for other children, we care for our own children, but that's also becoming awakened. So we are, as male and female, we are now sharing equal parts of our responsibilities towards our children, towards our community, towards our world. And that is part of what's literally been awakened within us. We are recognizing the true aspect of who we are. Now, going back to the question of we're constantly giving, and a lot of times as compassionate, as empaths, we forget about who we are. That's part of the conditioning that the society have made us to be. So I know when I was growing up, if I actually cared about me, I was seen as being very selfish. And my parents were saying, you need to be caring about other people. Why do you even think about yourself? So that was part of the conditioning of what was expected for us, to become a caring person for others. And as a result, we gave away all of our powers to others. And we became a victim. We became a victim. And so we were always having to survive in the victim consciousness. But that's all behind us. That was all part of the lessons that we needed to learn to discover who we are. And now, this is something that I always say to my students, is that how can we love others fully when we have gaps within ourselves? So the concept of unconditional love, the love that carries no condition, no judgment, no expectations, only comes from the point of being fully fulfilled and recognizing that self-image, the shape that we are, the color that we are, the size that we are, fully accept that, fully honor that, fully love what we see and what we are about. And once we are so filled with that self-love, then whatever overflows is that we can wholeheartedly share with others. And when I talk about the concept of self-love, there's a difference between self-love and ego-dominated love. The ego-dominated love expects. So if I do something for you, then you will love me back. That's totally different. The concept of self-love is recognizing that I am worthy of being happy. I am worthy of having a healthy body. I am worthy of being loved unconditionally and also giving off love unconditionally, and many more other concepts. So the key to this balance is to love the self first. And that loving the self is one of the most profound healing processes that a person will undergo. Because perhaps for many lifetimes, we have been conditioned to give, to give, to give to others and forget about who we are. So we have to go back to the very core of ourselves and start building on that. Start releasing and letting go and healing and loving the aspect of blame, the aspect of betrayal, the aspect of being a victim, and start building on that love and start filling ourselves with love. And once we are full in that self-love, we're able to give fully without expecting anything back, without resenting what we are giving. Thank you.
Wow. Thanks a lot, Ladan. Beautifully explained about self-love, and thanks a lot for sharing your life experience too. And yes, we all should have this unconditional love and unconditional love towards every being, not only human beings, animal being, plant beings. And yes, this is called the self-love, my dear friends. So yes, thank you so much, Ladan. And friends, next we have with us Joe Buddharaju. And Joe, you're very inspiring to be elected as counselor in this very young age. And I would like to know, what was your defining moment to take up this work, to enter into this politics and do this service?
Thank you, Sri. Thank you very much, first of all, for organizing this and doing all the background work for having this successful event. A very, very happy Women's Day, International Women's Day, to all the panelists here. It's my pleasure to be among some of the well-established and well-known, I'd say, more encouraging and thoughtful and mind-sharing individuals here, especially women individuals here. In order to share my experience, how I have actually led myself into politics, I wouldn't say very young age, because there are much more younger generations who are getting involved, which is very good. One very, very thought-provoking and a few incidents in my life have made me the person who I am today. Just to share a few things, I have always been an outspoken person, never having any fear to talk in public. As a child, I grew up with all the, I'd say, good qualities, what an empowered woman should have. However, one very discriminating, or I'd say more blocking points, which I have seen in my life, have always been where people are, especially people who are unable to speak up, or people who have always been used to a stereotypical mentality of our behaviors, have seen somebody, especially a girl, who comes up and talks in public, which is unacceptable at so many stages. They'd come back to me and say, "Oh yeah, is it? How did you feel that? What's made you think like that?" Or they'd want to shush, or they want to stop you from actually sharing your view, or being undermining yourself, or making you feel more awkward. I have been through many of those stages, which made me feel very, very I'd say unhappy, or I wasn't pleased to be in those circumstances. However, when I go back and reflect, there is no difference between a man and a woman, to be fair, because everyone is an individual, everyone has got their passion, and we have a right to actually express. There is nothing wrong in expressing what you feel, unless and until there is a complete mistake in what you actually say. So you should never be discriminated, is what I've always been taught as I grew up, and I was one of those people who actually stuck to what I learned. I'd assess everything end to end, make my own judgments. Based on my judgment, I'd be able to, definitely I'll go back to the coach or the mentor who I have, who I believe is the go-to person. But definitely I would, if I find that it is the right point to mention, I'd never have any fear. So those qualities come back to more perseverance, fearlessness, never ever self-discriminate or underestimate yourself. Whoever tries to do that, there are ways of saying no, which is one more important quality which women today fear to say no, because everything what is pushed at us is taken up without having to say, yeah, I can do, but you know what, you can take some as well. This quality is something which we are lacking nowadays. So all these things put in place. And there was very, very interesting a read I have I've seen in one of the Times articles, and very inspiring one. I think at end of 2019 in India, there was a Citizenship Amendment Act, because of which there was a lot of I'd say unrest in the country. There were a lot of protests which happened. And one very interesting thing is there was an 82-year-old lady who was called, I think, Bilkis Dadi in the article which I read. She had been to the protest. She was 82 and a woman. She had been to the protest every single day. She was there. All those chilly nights, she made sure she was there all the way from morning till the night, every single day. There was no reason for her to actually be there because of her age and because of her gender. Anyway, she would not be cared. However, she was very thoughtful about what is good, what is not good, and she was expressive. I think this is very important quality. When I moved into this new estate where I'm living in right now, there were so many issues here. We were trying to reach out to different people to get it solved, which never happens. It takes very, very long. Yes, they may solve, but it takes a couple of years. So I was like, why wouldn't I take the responsibility and be the voice of my own public? That's how I started my first steps. Then came those absolute discriminations, which I anyway was expecting them to come through my way, saying, you know what, why would you do it? Why would you not ask Venkat, your husband, do it rather? Thank you for the advice. Well, if he's interested, he can as well. Not he can take my position, he can as well, because this is my interest, my personal choice. So those barriers always been there, but there were two choices for me then. I'd say, yeah, thank you, and I'd go back into my own nest, or break those barriers and come out saying, I will do it. I do not have any problem in doing this. I know it is an additional responsibility and I should be very careful in doing my duties in addition to all my work which I have today. But I'm happy to take that up because it's my passion. And as a woman, I don't see a discrimination to be the fair thing to happen. So those, outspoken qualities, being completely fearless. As a politician, you'll have to have thick skin. That is something different. Both men and women should have. But as a woman, you should never, ever be discriminated. And you should be bold enough to say whatever comes to your mind. Never have any fear to express yourself. So this is what I'd like to say in this short time. But thank you so much, Sri. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, so really amazing, like be fearless and setting that healthy boundaries, and so no discrimination. So thank you so much for bringing all these amazing points with all of us, and you are really inspiring, so thank you so much. And yes, friends, next we have with us Madhu from Germany. And the World Health Organization always says that there is no health without mental health. So it is integral to everything that we do. So Madhu, what are the reasons for depression, and how can we help the people or bring awareness in women who are suffering with depression?
Yeah.
Share with us about this importance of mental health.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you for having me here. Namaste to all, and happy International Women's Day. And And it's so empowering to listen to all the beautiful women who have shared their views on different topics, and I'm so grateful to listen to all these things so that I can implement in my life. I can reflect upon in my life. And today, Lakshmi, when you were asking about the depression, yes, I went through the depression phase. I was in depression for quite some time. It was in the year of 2009 that I had a miscarriage, and I went into a deep depression. I was not knowing how to come out. First of all, the people who are in depression have to realize that they are in depression, what they're going through. They have to understand what they're going through. They should not say it's nothing. They should not say like this is a regular thing, or a woman should just suppress her emotions and keep it to herself. Never. We should never do that. So when you are going through something, you have to express, and there might be some solution out there. So for me, Lakshmi, when you asked how to come out of this depression, is to realize, first of all, to realize that you are in depression, and the second thing is to express, and the third thing is to, like seek help, and help not just from others, seek help from your own self. Thanks to my family, thanks to my husband and his family, that they came to meditation long back, and they've been telling about meditation. And in 2000, I got married in the year of 2008, and I became mother just a few months after our marriage, and it's just because I wanted to be busy. I'm telling here, women, I wanted to be busy. That's the reason why I wanted to become a mother, because I was not doing any work, and I'm so happy to see Jo Buddharaj Garu. Like she had expressed, like I'm not an outspoken person. I'm very shy person, and I don't like to go out and meet people and talk. And so I want to keep myself busy. So I want to become a mother. Only way is if I become a mother, I'll be busy. I'll be occupied. So I asked universe, mother, like I want to become a mother. I want to become pregnant. And universe had showered, like I became mother for, I became pregnant for 2.5 months. After 2.5 months, I had a miscarriage. So it was a turning point in my life. It was like it was something like very drastic in my life. I was keeping myself, keeping like the pain in myself and hurting myself at that time. You get all these emotions within you that the past, like the things whatever you have done, it all comes up, and it all starts to bang you, like. And at that time my husband's parents, they came and they told me, Amma, if you want to come out of this state, there is nobody in this world who can come and help you. Only you can help yourself. How? It's just to go within. When you go within, you will find all the answers. You will find the root cause of this depression. Only when you know about, as Pariyaka was telling, everyone should know about the law of cause and effect, the karma. So, like when you understand that, like all these concepts, then you will no longer be in depression, because you have a clarity, you have a mental clarity. And I got a mental clarity when I practiced meditation. I practiced rigorously for a week. I used to meditate every day for 6 hours. And in those 6 hours, like, yes, there were disturbing thoughts, there were thoughts initially, but later it calmed down. And after 6 days or 7 days, I realized that happiness is within. Why are we seeking happiness from outside? Like if my husband is there with me, I'm happy. If I have these things, why we have to tag happiness to something else which is not, like which is not permanent? It is in here. I'm saying to everybody, and especially women. So we have to love ourselves. As Ladan was also telling, we have to love ourselves unconditionally. When we love unconditionally, then only we can give love to others. So after that 1 week of practice, friends, I've realized that there are so many women who are going through the same phase like me. May it be a miscarriage, may it be family issues or something, like till that time I was not ready to go out and share. But after practicing that 1 week of meditation, I've realized that I should not keep calm. That fear had dissolved, because you see yourself in everybody. Then when you see yourself in everybody, then there is no fear. Why are you fear? So that's what helped me to, to go out and to share the joy of meditation. Until this date, there is no looking back. My purpose in life is to reach to as many women and as many people as possible, and make them realize that there is happiness within. If I can come out of my depression, you can also come out of it. Firstly, recognize that you are in that state and have this clarity. Only the clarity comes when the mind is calmer, the mind is at rest. So thank you, Lakshmi, for putting this question. I'm so happy. Thank you. Namaste.
Thanks a lot, Madhu. Really, you're truly inspiring to all of us. And thank you so much for sharing your life journey. And as I said before, all our life experiences are our best teachers. So every situation is there in our life to teach us something. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. Thank you, Madhu. And friends, next we have with us Ashley Ramshla. And Ashley, welcome. And I saw your website and it's very wonderful. And through your organization, help tools, healing tools. So I would like to know what motivated you or inspired you to do this work. And also I would like to know how important is to educate the girl child regarding the body changes that she goes through in her teenage, because when I saw your website, you clearly mentioned about this woman going through this domestic violence, especially the teenagers. And could you please throw some light on this? Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me today. This is such an honor. It's so grateful to be here to celebrate International Women's Day with this remarkable panel of people. And so, DomesticShelters.org, the organization I work with, based in the United States, our mission is to, bring light to domestic violence issues and information through using technology. We're all online and virtual and web-based. And so kind of what the inspiration was behind this organization, and I'll share that I joined the organization, later on once it was up and running. But the inspiration behind it was just this idea that there's such a stigma about abuse and domestic violence and the experiences of women, who are in relationships where, over time, power and control has kind of taken away their ability to make decisions, to think clearly, and to really just take ownership of their own lives, through a partner kind of taking away their power. And so what we are doing is creating information, resources, articles, videos, all different kinds of things that are going to help people to kind of recognize if abuse is going on, and also take steps to seek help, whether that be through a local advocate, through having the right conversations with a family member, things of that nature. So the inspiration behind the site was really just the fact that there wasn't a place where people could go and start to collect that information, start to recognize what the signs of abuse are, and find ways to heal and to move forward. And so, one of the biggest things you had mentioned, I'm glad that you brought up the idea of, younger women and how abuse affects them, and how, we can send the right message to them so that to empower them to recognize those signs early on. Here in the United States, we just actually celebrated, Teen Dating and Violence Awareness Month. And through that, the campaigns that we put together helped to, show young people, women and men, that no one deserves to be abused, that, abuse is not okay, that, everyone deserves to be respected and loved. And, if someone makes you feel uncomfortable and makes you feel unsafe, then that is not what love is, and that you should be able to speak up and kind of own your own life and your own journey, and kind of what happens next. So that's one of the most important things that we taught through Teen Dating and Violence Awareness Month, was that, love shouldn't hurt, and that, everyone deserves to be respected in relationships. And so, with that, I did want to just mention, one of the other initiatives that we're doing through, it's perfectly well timed with International Women's Day, is that we're working on celebrating the efforts of the people who are, making a difference in the lives of people who are abused. And that is through our Purple Ribbon Awards. So it's an international program where we're actually shining a light on people who are, doing the work in the field every day, who are, taking the calls for people who are trying to escape an abusive situation. And so we're very grateful to be able to shine a light on those people through the Purple Ribbon Awards. But with that, thank you so much for the wonderful question.
Yes, thank you so much, Ashley. Wow, what a great initiative like Purple Ribbon Awards. And thank you so much for acknowledging every woman who are trying to make the difference in the society. Thanks a lot, Ashley. And again, coming back to Prana. So Prana, this question is related to work, life and balance. As you worked as a senior manager for a reputed IT company, and how to balance family life, work life, while taking time for our own spiritual or meditation practice?
Yeah. It's very, very important for all the women, and not only for the women, but for everyone who is working, Lakshmi. So as soon as I graduated, immediately I joined a company and I started working from there. And it's very different when you're studying and when you're working, and even when you're single and when you're married, and then when you become a mother. So balancing everything is very, very important. And I read somewhere that work-life balance is less about dividing the hours in your day evenly between work and personal life, but instead it is more about having the flexibility to get things done in your professional life. But we still have to take time and energy to enjoy our personal life. That is very, very important. And also, the first thing to remember is that your work-life balance may not be the same as your co-workers or your friends. So never ever compare yourself with others, because others' life and priorities may be different. For example, for me, before marriage, in my first job, I used to work from morning 8 o'clock till 11 o'clock in the night. But I really used to enjoy, because that was my first job. I was learning so much. I was taking some extra work and I was really enjoying. But immediately in the next job, I didn't feel like taking extra work. So at that time, I wanted to focus more on meditation, because meditation entered into my life. So whenever I got time, I used to go and attend some meditation classes. And then after my marriage, I was spending some time with my husband. So even I didn't want to take extra work and all those things. So, but after moving to UK, and once I started working as an IT manager in Royal Bank of Scotland, but the things were different. So everywhere the culture difference and so many things will be different. So never ever compare yourself with your coworker. So that is one of the important things I learned in my, I think, close to 14 years of career. And after that, when my daughter was born, I didn't want it to work because she was my priority. But I would not suggest the same thing with everyone, because everyone's choice is different. Everyone's life is different. Everyone's priorities are different. So what is your priority? You have to prioritize and make a clear plan and routine of what you need to do. And other thing is, ask for help when required. A lot of women, they usually don't ask for help. They want to try to do everything by themselves. I know women are very powerful and they are multitasking, but still, this is a very good quality, and it's a very good divine feminine quality. Once you develop that, your life will go smoothly. So ask for help when required and say no when you can't do it. Just do not try to push yourself and do not break yourself. So say no if you can't do it. So, and the other thing is, as I previously also mentioned, we have to stop judging ourselves. So most of the women, how much ever they do, they underestimate themselves and they start judging themselves. So by the law of attraction or the vibration, once we start judging ourselves, people also start judging us. So accept whatever you're doing or whatever you're not able to do. So just accept that and take some baby steps. So try to improve yourself instead of blaming yourself and underestimating yourself. That's very important. So always it's about accepting and enjoying your life. And the other quality that work for work-life balance and also for everything that's very important is stop expecting for appreciations or approvals from others every time. Start appreciating yourself for whatever you are doing. And one of the important thing as a woman, we have different moods and emotions, because as our menstrual cycle goes on, we'll be having ups and downs of emotions, and we have to first accept that as a woman in this lifetime, we are in this woman's body, and we'll be going through all these things, and that's okay. That's the beauty of a woman. So she'll be having some highs and some lows. So observe your body, observe your patterns, and whenever your body needs some rest, give it some rest, ask for help. And in some countries, there's something called as menstrual leave, and I hope in all the countries, in all organizations, hopefully in the future we'll have that menstrual leave, so that at least women will get some rest during menstruation. Or so that's very, very important, to balance our emotions and be more mindful. And it's not about taking a holiday once in a while and running away from everything, because usually, especially after moving to UK, I have seen that once the summer comes, everyone would want to go for a holiday, just run away from everything, and everyone is on the beach or on a holiday. But it's not just about running away once in a while or once in a year, but it's about taking every day. Take some time for yourself, to be with yourself, whatever it may be. Do something that you really like. It's not about others. It may be just going for a walk or taking a sip of tea or going for a gym or anything that you love and you love to do for yourself. And the best thing is, one important routine that you can include is meditation and mindfulness, which has so many benefits, stress, anxiety, like hundreds of benefits are there about meditation. So start including meditation into your life. That will be very, very helpful. When I taught meditation in my company, RBS, so a lot of women, not only women, a lot of people from different backgrounds, they have really benefited with meditation. So yeah, that's all, Sri Lakshmi. These are a few of the pointers that what I would like to give. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Prana. And really, what you said is true. And as we have counselors here, so we would like to put a request that to pass this, because every woman needs resting time during her menstrual process, because it is the most precious time for her, because all this creation happens through this process, and women go through a lot of emotions, and as Prana said, a lot of ups and downs. So it's a very, very great point, Prana, and beautifully explained about this work-life balance. Thank you so much. And again, coming back to Geeta ji. So, Mrs. Geeta, as a founder of Women's Empowerment Network, how you are assisting women who have undergone this domestic violence, and what kind of support you provide from your organization to rebuild that self-esteem and trust in women to get back to, again, well-balanced normal life?
Hi, thank you, Sri Lakshmi. And Women Empowerment Network is like a it was originated in about 3 years ago now. We started it with one person who was undergoing domestic violence in her life, and she was not able to come out. Her brother was assisting her. That is how we came together, me, Amjad, and a few of us. And we started this Women Empowerment Network, wherein like people coming from India or from Asian background, when they come to this country, there are a lot of avenues available for a woman who is suffering domestic violence. But many of them don't know how to reach out or how to ask for help. And especially as Prana said, we and many of the women have said, we have that fear in us that we don't go forward and ask for help. That is basically inherent in us. I don't know how to solve this, but most of the things what has happened is these women don't understand that not only they are suffering, the main reason they don't want to go out of the houses is, or get out of a relationship that is abusive, is the reason that the kids, they think that they will be taking those kids away from the father and giving them a single mother or a single parent life, which they are scared about. But what they are forgetting at the end of the day, whoever is listening, if somebody is suffering, please, or your friends, please let them know that most of the cases, like nearly 90% of the cases, when a kid sees domestic violence in his life, or kid sees that from childhood, the kid becomes domestic violator when they grow up, because they have seen that and they think it is right for them to do that because his dad is doing and mom is keeping quiet. So what they think is this, it is all right, it is how it should be. That is what their mental development will grow up to. Same thing had happened. We have a little girl who was 2.5 years old, and the mom was going through all sorts of domestic violence, not only hitting, beating, emotional, psychological, physical, everything. And after some days, what happened is that girl used to hit the mother because she saw the dad hitting the mother. The girl used to hit the mother. That is when the NHS, she went because she was severely injured. She had to go to the hospital. That is when the doctor said, if you don't move out of this relation now, the girl is going to turn like her dad. That is when that girl took a step and came out of the house. And today, believe me, a beautiful little girl, a teenager she is, and she is excelled in everything, right from sports, arts, education. She is top of the class and the most compassionate child I have ever seen. So for me to get into this, it took a lot of time for me to understand why do they have to suffer so much, can't they come out. That was what I used to feel. But when you go into their shoes and think about it, it is very, very difficult for anybody to come out of a relationship. But what we do is we have our own people. Many of these women who come out, they won't have a single penny. They are very well educated in India. They were doing jobs there as well as in United Kingdom. But all the money is going to the husband. They don't even have a single penny in their name. They don't have a bank account, because as soon as the money comes into their account from the employer, it goes into the man's account. So what we do is we counsel them. We tell them they have a lot of avenues to come out. We put them in touch with the local organizations. Many councils have their own domestic violence cell, and we contact them and guide them through that. And many a times they don't have money to hire a lawyer. So what we do is we go with them to the court cases. We sit with them, and we now over the years we have learned how to prepare the paperwork. So less expense. Whenever we can, only on the final hearing day where it is utmost necessary, we bring in a solicitor. Otherwise, like, we do the paperwork for most of these ladies. We go with them, we sit with them all through this process. And many a times I have taken many people into my own house. Many ladies have come and lived with me with their kids until they go find something good. So we help each other out, and whatever we have, we are doing it with our own thing. We have not got funding from anybody. Whatever we do, our strengths are what we have. Like, I am good at talking to people and convincing them and trying to explain things. Amjad is good at paperwork. We have a good amount of all those ladies who are benefited by us have joined the team now. We are a good team of 20-25 people now. I'm so proud that all of them, it is not me now. Each girl who has undergone and who has come out of the situation has settled well, tries to talk to the people who are undergoing those circumstances now. So Women Empowerment Network, that is our organization. And what right now we were supposed to launch our website, and the whole thing because of COVID, it has been put aside. But most probably when everything returns back, we want to get it out as a single one place where they can get every information about domestic violence. That is what we do, Sri Lakshmi. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. And Ashley, I'm so happy that I have met you. I want to connect with you, and hopefully we can do a lot of things together to help these girls. They are really in need of help, and they have nowhere to go.
Wow.
So if we can do it together, it will be wonderful. I'll be coming to you with.
Yes, let's connect for sure.
And Sri Lakshmi, thanks a lot, because I have every single person I have met through this panel is amazing. They have taught me so many things which I did not know myself. And Jo, I have met her from the day one when she got elected. She is an amazing person, and she is an inspiration for the next generation to come forward and take things forward. And she is doing great work in spite of having a kid now, a very new mother.
Thank you so much, Geeta.
Thank you, Sri Lakshmi. Thanks a lot. And to all those women, only one thing I want to tell is women can multitask. We are the only ones who can multitask. And if we can multitask a home very well, we can multitask a nation, we can multitask a state, we can multitask a city. So please, please take up your positions and do something, so that every time you make a difference in somebody's life, it will give you immense satisfaction, and you can go to bed peacefully every day. Thank you. Thank you so much for I'm privileged to be part of this panel.
Wow. Thank you so much, Geeta ji. Really such a down-to-earth person, simple, and so happy to connect with you. Definitely we'll work together, Geeta ji. And thanks a lot for encouraging us, for inspiring us, and kudos to all the work you're doing as a counselor, and to all the women. Thank you so much. We are so privileged to have you in this panel. Thank you so much. And yes.
Thank you, dear. I think I need to disconnect because I have to get into another call in another 15 minutes. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Geeta. Thank you.
Bye.
Yes. So friends, in just 15 to 20 minutes, we'll be winding up this session. And thanks a lot, Geeta ji, once again. And coming back to Madhu again. So Madhu, like you were in Egypt for 8 years and you have seen different cultures. And where do you feel that women need to work on so that they can come out and contribute more to the society?
Yeah, I think Sri Lakshmi, it is everywhere like that. Everywhere, any part of the world, like women has to learn how to love themselves, how to take care of themselves. If they take care of herself or themselves, they take care of the family very well. Like they, as wonderful Geeta ji was telling, Jo Buttaraju was mentioning that, like once you take care of yourself, you can do multitasking. You can be good at everything. So all over the world, the woman has to come out and express herself, and like not to confine herself, not to be shy and not to fear. So I have lived in Egypt, and I've met many people, many women, especially who are undergoing through a lot of domestic violence, and they don't have anybody to share to. What I want to tell here is, please, friends, if you have come out of your states of depression, please be available. Please be there to listen to our fellow women, because that is very much important. Be open. Do not judge that woman, what it is, what she went through, or like just listen to them, because that's where many people have fears, because if I share something, people will judge me that I'm wrong. Like but if we have somebody who is there to listen to us, like without any judgments, so that's when we open up, and that's when we feel relieved. I think all over the world, women have to support women, and once the women support the other women, like and support will be like can be from the husband. For me, my husband had supported me when I was going through that. So the only thing is, they have to help themselves, and they have to share, and they have to be there together. So that's what I would like to share, Lakshmi.
Thank you so much, Madhu. Thanks a lot for sharing all these beautiful tips. Thank you so much. And yes, again, getting back to Zo Buddharaju. And so, Zo, what are the important qualities that you have learned or implemented as when you go to the public, you are the public person, you must have incorporated a lot of qualities in you. So after becoming the counselor, so what are the qualities that you inculcated in you?
Yes, thanks, Sri. Um, as I've already mentioned, couple of qualities, and I'd like to repeat on those because I feel they are very important. Trying to be more fearless, perseverance is something very important, and never ever underestimate what a woman can do. Therefore, you do not judge yourself before coming out. So it's extremely important to be, open and fearless in saying everything that you want to say. And very, very important thing, again, as a counselor, which I have learned over time, is try to work a couple of steps beyond where you wanted to be, because you should expect the unexpected turns, which could actually block you before, coming out. Especially as a woman, we do have all these social barriers which are against us. So there are multiple facets that come through your way, and you have to make sure that you're strong enough and you're actually putting it out against everyone out there in a nice and gentle way, because women can always be nice and gentle while giving the harsh facts out. So it's important to estimate or establish what could be coming through your way beforehand, work through those, and prepare yourself quite well. Yes, there'll be number of things that people will come and say, no, 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 you cannot do this. How would you do? You know what? This is what happens when a woman or when a lady enters politics, because it's never been like this. Yes, absolutely. Because there were no enough women available. That's the reason why we are suffering today. Rather, let's have the right people included within the discussion, so that things can open up and things can actually be more encouraging for every aspect of life, and not only one-sided decisions like it's always been. So all those fearless talks, I'd say I've learned quite a lot. I've learned to become more thick, because one important thing I've always seen as a counselor is when people cannot win over the discussions or win over the right things, or because of their wrong, is that they try to personal attack. An important thing as a woman is we can take everything on us, but not coming to our family. If it's more personal, the first thing, maybe men are more strong in not taking or not caring about it, but women do care a lot more than them. So I think that's something, in addition to my general learnings, I've learned. Yes, because they are not able to, win in the right way. They're trying to get more personal. Therefore, I don't have to care. But it's easy to say. It's very difficult to take it when it happens, especially when you are public and when you are open in the social media. Everyone and anyone can actually say anything to you. So important is you have to be good. You have to make sure that you are serving the people and ignore the wrong. I've learned it, and it serves. It helps quite a lot for me. So yeah, I'd like to share that.
Wow, beautifully said. Serve the people and ignore the wrong things. And yes, true. So because as a public person, you need to be you should have so much of empathy, so much of listening, because people will come out with so many problems, and definitely you should inculcate all these qualities, and they all will make us so strong. Thanks a lot, Zo. Thank you so much. And again, coming back to Ashley. So you said, like, through your organization, you're offering this lot of support to women. And also, I would like to know, are you offering, are you bringing any awareness in men? Because men who were supposed to love and protect the women, because sometimes because of this lack of awareness, they go into the wrong approaches. So are you providing any awareness to the men?
Yes, absolutely. We try to reach as wide of an audience as possible. There is that inherent, nature of domestic violence. Typically, a lot of people doing the work are women, but we do our best to make sure that the message is tailored to everyone in a way that helps people understand that it's not a women's issue. It's a humankind issue. Domestic violence affects every single one of us, not only, directly the people who are being abused, but, in terms of the economy, the amount of dollars that are spent on care for things that should never have happened because there's something that someone chose to do to hurt someone. And so we try to make sure that the issue of domestic violence is framed and brought to the attention of all people from, all different walks of life, to make them, kind of really understand that it affects everyone, and it is everyone's, it should be everyone's issue to take up.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ashley, for sharing this wonderful information. And again, coming back to Ladan. So, Ladan, humans are all about these emotions, and women suppress a lot women suppresses her emotions a lot. So, how to balance this emotion, especially when she has to tackle these difficult situations, especially with her partner or with her mother-in-laws. So, could you please shed some light on this?
Yes, of course. These are the obstacles that we face in life all the time, whether it's domestic violence, whether it's attack from a colleague, a neighbor, or when we go to the shop. What I would advise is that find time for yourself, because really from the law of cause and effect, what we put out there is absorbed by this matrix, this web of light, and then it's brought back to us. So if we are feeling fear, if we are feeling any sort of negative energies about ourselves, we're projecting that out, and the universe has no choice but to bring that to us. It's not about blaming the self, but it's about being a reflector. So whatever circumstances happens, we need to reflect on what could I do, what I should do next time, so that I don't put myself in that awkward situation. So if I'm going to face a neighbor who's quite aggressive, I'm already feeling that sense of anxiety. That anxiety will create dents in my auric field, which actually weakens my own energy. So when I go and face that aggressive neighbor, I'm already weak in my energy, in my senses. So no matter what happens, I will come away feeling that I've lost, because I'd already given my power away by feeling that anxiety, that feeling fear that that person is going to be aggressive. So it's about reflecting what we could do, what I could do as a person, to stop putting myself in awkward situation. So if I know that my partner is going to come home and my partner is going to be really, really tired and probably had a bad day, I'm not going to start a discussion that's going to get his back up, because automatically it's going to end up being a situation that I'm going to lose. So what I need to say to my partner is obviously very important, but I need to choose the right moment when my partner is open to receive what I have to say. But also, how we say things brings a positive impact or a negative impact. One of the things that my father always used to say to me is, taste the words in your mouth. If they taste sweet in your mouth, then share those words. If they taste bitter, the outcome will then be bitter. So analyze how we're going to address things that would be received in a positive yet firm manner. But also find time for yourself. As Madhu said, meditation is one of the keys that helps us to bring that strength back, that inner strength back, because it helps us to feel what feels good and what doesn't feel good. So give yourself that special time, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day. It makes a huge difference in your life, in your everyday happenings. It gives you that strength and that sense of empowerment that you can handle anything. Hope that brings in clarity.
Wow, Ladan, really amazing. Like the words you have said, taste the words in your mouth. Really, when you're speaking that words, really they were heart touching. Thank you so much for bringing this lot of awareness. Thanks a lot, Ladan. And yes, friends, meditation is the key, as Ladan said. And thanks a lot once again. And coming back to Pari. And Pari, I would like to know what is the effect of food on our thought process? So Pari, you're on mute.
Hello, my dear friends. I feel that you're all my soul sisters, and this is a family get together, which I'm feeling right now. And each and every one of you, I won't get tired of saying this, that I'm so proud of you. The way you're helping in your own way, everyone. So earlier I was talking about women, and woman, as I said, is heart, and heart is full of compassion. So I have started meditation since I was 4 years old, my dear friends. And my guru, my father, my friend, my guide, my philosopher, Brahmashri Pitamaha Patriji, has taught me meditation when I was 4 years old. And since then, I have been meditating every single day, and I have been teaching, spreading meditation, and making everyone do meditation since then. And I was already born in a plant-based food family, being a vegetarian. But since November 2018, I have become completely plant-based. So I was talking about mother. And let me reiterate the term mother by saying that we are rather mothers, not only to human children. We are all mothers to our animal children. Just because they belong to a different species doesn't give us any right to discriminate. A woman must go back and check on her heart, because compassion is what needs to be in each and every woman's heart. Check your plates, check your glass, check your cups. Is it filled with compassion, or is it filled with torture, suffering, and murder? Is it filled with blood, or is it filled with a beautiful garden? You, my dear woman, are a temple. You are a beautiful temple. So in this temple, what is it that you're putting in through your mouth is what is so important. In India, we say sattvic food. We all are sattvic beings, but somewhere we get lost in the society norms and programming, mind programming and social programming, that we lose our heart. So I urge each and every woman out there to leave all the animal products aside. And please, please, please consume only plant-based food, because that is the real food. Animals are not our food, whatsoever may be the reason. Animals are not our food. I urge you to shift your focus from your mindset, from your taste buds to your heart. What does your heart say about killing animals and cooking them and putting them on our plates to consume? This is a message not just for women, for all the people around the world. Please become plant-based, because that is true compassion, that is true love, that is being a true mother to this mother nature. Be a mother to all living beings. No matter what form they are, if their bodies are different, their species are different, whatsoever may be the reason. You are a mother. A mother gives life, doesn't take life. So this is a request for all the women out there, for all the children out there, and even for the men out there who are listening to this. Please, please, please become plant-based. This is something which we all need to do, and this is the need of the hour, and the Mother Earth is crying for help. Please don't eat my children. So this is something which we all need to do. Consume plant-based food. I have left dairy since November 2018 because I have seen some disturbing videos of how the cows or the buffaloes are made to stay pregnant their entire life. As a woman, you do not want the other woman to suffer like this, wouldn't you? So, in India, we worship cow as a divine goddess. So, it is a divine goddess. But somehow we forget our taste buds, and these all overcome our heart. So what is it that your heart is saying about all these things? Do you have compassion in your heart? Please share it with the animals also. Please be compassionate to animals, no matter what field, whether it be for food, for experiments, for science, for cosmetics, for entertainment, for sports, for anything, for fashion. Please be compassionate. And I urge each and everyone to please adopt plant-based food, to plant as many trees as you can, and to save our natural resources. Thank you very much, Sri. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Pari, for sharing the importance of plant-based diet. Yes, friends, everyone should become a vegetarian. And the main principle of our organization is becoming a vegetarian and to become a master of meditation. And thanks a lot for this amazing panel. Really had a wonderful interaction and discussion with all of you. And there are so many key takeaways, my dear friends, for the new people who have joined this panel for the first time, for all the advanced meditators. So meditation, mindfulness, self-love, coming out of all our fears, being fearless, and everyone is inspiring in their own respective fields. And yes, as a woman, we need to respect our menstrual cycles, and we need to balance both our work life, family life, and at the same time our spiritual life. So yes, every woman should come into the politics, be outspoken, be heart-centered, be compassionate, be kind. And thanks to all the goddesses and gods who have attended this panel. And thanks to Patriji for gifting us all this, for gifting us this meditation and this importance of plant-based diet, importance of pyramid energy to all of us. And kudos to all the masters. And thanks a lot once again, my dear friends, for making this panel a beautiful, grand success. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you, Sri Lakshmi. It was very wonderful joining this session, and thanks to everyone who joined today. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this. So meditation and plant-based food are the two mantras which will save our life and will make our life a paradise. Please meditate. Please adopt plant-based food. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
And thank you so much, everyone. And my last word is love yourself as much as you love others, all beings on life, on earth. Much love to you.
Yes.
Thank you, Sri, for organizing. It's a privilege to join this and learned a lot. It's an amazing panel you've actually put together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zoe. Thank you so much. And yes, friends, happy International Women's Day to all of you. And let's celebrate together. And yes, being a woman is a great blessing. And let's celebrate and honor ourselves. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.